For me, diversity and inclusion, it kind of establishes that great working environment, helps you feel like you belong. You belong within that team, in that environment, in that workplace.
It's so important that people feel that they've got the opportunities to develop and grow, and that there should be no barriers to that.
For me, it's all about being a great person and how much we can learn from each other. Do you know what? We are all absolutely the same. It's all a learning curve, and that's what life is, and that's the best part of life for me, is that you continually learning about people.
Colleagues are the most important part of this business, and if we say that and we mean it, then we want all people to be happy, and being happy in work means being themselves. Talk lots about diversity and inclusion, but actually it's about people feeling that they belong to the business, and they can only feel that if they can be themselves and they're happy.
For me, it's just about being treated equally to all the other workers in the branch. These conversations are really important to be able to break down those kind of conversations that people would find a little bit more difficult.
Just some of the pain, and it feels quite shocking, how somebody felt and knew, and how they grew up and had to hold it as a big secret, and what that entailed to that person.
You forget, or there's a lack of understanding, and that there's lots of us think, well, there's we're all people, what's the big deal sort of thing, and you underestimate just how horrible people can be.
I had to reflect on myself, because I'm comfortable. I've taken the assumption that everybody's comfortable.
Some of the really good conversations that I had with my mentor were around actually how it goes from being passive to being intentional about making a change. If you allow things to go on around you and don't take action and don't stop them, then you're as responsible.
We're building more of a D&I notice board to get to the team on site, and that they can open up and actually come forward, that in case that they're not open at the minute and they want to have conversations.
I'm going to have a half-day managers meeting, and it's all going to be about people, and it's going to start with banter.
It's got to have integrity about it. It can't be an agenda point. It should be entwined into great conversations with my RD team, where we ended with some personal commitments.
We only know what we know. I can only mentor you on what I know, and that kind of then gives me that responsibility of, well, actually maybe I should be going out and educating myself. Maybe I should be learning more, and also learning that there are different people, different genders, different ethnicities out there that actually I'm not aware of and don't understand.
Every year I do look at the flags and go, oh, which one's that one? And I do have to kind of look it up and go, oh, okay, yeah, it is that one. But we don't know everything. We can only tell you what we do know. I would say, most importantly, don't be afraid to ask questions. I know there's a little bit sometimes of people that go, oh, I don't want to ask it because I know that I could be seen to be discriminating accidentally. But the questions are most important, so that these things can be learned.
If we see things that we don't agree with, instead of just sitting back and not saying anything, call it out. Actually, because the more people say, hang on a minute, that's not quite right, I don't think you should be saying that, or I don't find that funny, it's like a ripple effect. You do that, you actually encourage other people to do that, and before you know it, everybody's doing it.
Go and make yourself feel uncomfortable to become comfortable, because some of those conversations are going to be awkward to begin with, but every day is a learning day.
Get involved and ask those questions.
Don't be passive. The same as we would call out a safety issue or any other issue in our business, we should call out an issue where we're going to be impacting an individual in the way that they feel.
I think we can sort of overthink it a bit, and I think for me, I think we're at our best, whether it's at home, in work, when we take interest in people and we care, and that is all becoming an ally is.